Yes guys, welcome back to the second video of today here on GBFC. This is your Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest Premier League match preview. Lots to talk about with this one because earlier today, if you didn't see that news video, link in the description, go check it out. I talked about Chelsea announcing the signing of Cole Palmer, a man expected to come in to that number 10 role that we desperately need backup for right now. But of course, he only signed yesterday. So as much as we might want him to be thrown in at the deep end tomorrow, in a big game again for Chelsea at the Bridge against Forest, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Lavia as well, another player that we are desperately excited to see. Pochettino has made it clear this week, Lavia is going to feature for Chelsea after the international break. As well as that, I know they're not going to play against us, but Santos has gone to Forest, Hudson-Odoi has gone to Forest today, and Nottingham Forest this season, they've had some really tricky games, and it doesn't get much easier for them against a Chelsea team who are looking good again. 2 wins in a row in all competitions at Stamford Bridge, and we're looking strong. We're starting to get used to playing together. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, we saw those relationships developing in the second half of that game against Luton. The more these players are training together, now that Pochettino's focus will be solely on setting the team up week after week, because we've signed so many players. People keep coming through the door that we need to introduce, that we need to integrate, that Pochettino needs to spend extra time thinking, well, I didn't have him yesterday, so how does this player now fit into the way I tactically see us approach this game, that game? So now, this is where the real hard work begins for Chelsea. And as much as Forest at home, it should be a comfortable victory. We've got to respect the opposition. They're spending a lot of money. Nottingham Forest mean business. They don't just want to stay up in their first year in the Premier League and then go straight back down. They have been buying players for fun, Nottingham Forest. They've been linked with some absolute top dogs as well. And maybe, even right this second when I'm filming the video at lunchtime on deadline day, they might even end with more. But they're not going to feature tomorrow too, which is good news. We've also got to remember that Brennan Johnson to Spurs is pretty much guaranteed to go through. So for that reason, one of Forest's more useful attacking players, particularly against Chelsea, also won't be available for them tomorrow. So maybe, with all of these things added together, this could be a good time to play Nottingham Forest before Steve Cooper gets them all together, picks who's the best out of a massive squad, and he's like, right, this is what we do, this is what we do, go out there and deliver. This is a good time for Chelsea right now. We still got so many flipping injuries at the club. It's not ideal, but it's the final game before the international break, and I think we're going to have more than enough here to get the job done. I've been impressed with the way Chelsea are dominating possession game after game after game. I think it was 98% possession against Wimbledon in that second half. I know it's a League Two team, but even when we played a League Two side in pre-season, we weren't dominating the ball 98% of the time, which is absolutely... Okay? It's a bunch of 4 kids just trying to open my door, unlocking the door. What the bloody hell are they doing? Where was I? I actually have been a bit taken aback by that. Someone's trying to break into my house when I'm filming a bloody video. I absolutely lost my trail of thought. So, without any further ado, we are now just going to go through my Chelsea starting 11 for Chelsea versus Forest tomorrow. Of course, starting with the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. I take back what I said in the 6 Things We Learned video against Wimbledon, where I was like, I said something about Sanchez, thought he was boxing by knocking out the flipping Wimbledon striker and giving away a penalty. Turns out that is one of the multitude of refereeing errors in English football that we see on a game-by-game basis. He clearly wins the ball. It's never a penalty. We forget about it. We move on. And I apologise to Robert Sanchez. Other than that, big saves at the end of the game, big claims, which is what we want to see when you've got a 6'7" lanky goalkeeper in goal. You want to see those moments where teams are trying to pepper the goal at the end of the game. You want your goalkeeper to be the boss of the box, take the ball, gives some pressure really, relieved off of the shoulders of the defenders. And I'm backing Sanchez. I want to see him hopefully get another clean sheet to build on the one that we got last Friday. And then we move into my back 4. Axel Disasi. There have been a few little moments of, is he really still comfortable? Is he there? Yeah, okay, he looks good. Then there's other moments where I'm like, he looks a bit shaky. For that reason, Axel Disasi doesn't start. And I've gone today with the 4-2-3-1 that I really think Pochettino needs to start building towards, working with, because the three at the back, it's not perfect. It's not great at all. Chelsea will be significantly more fluid, in my opinion, playing with four defenders. It allows us to get more of the attacking talents on the pitch, and we can get to see that Caicedo, Enzo midfield pivot. So my back four is Gusto, Thiago Silva, Levi Colwill, and Benjamin bloody Chilwell. That's my Chelsea back four for this game. Gusto and Chilwell. Last week, Chile looked like the one who was just settling into only his second home game at Chelsea, or his first home start at Chelsea. That was Gusto's first home start last week, and he was incredible. Got himself 2 assists, both for Raheem Sterling. You see that combination starting to form on the right-hand side. But with Chilwell, he's got to snap out of this form, and it's got to come quickly. He's now the Chelsea captain. He can't be looking like the most nervous player out there on the pitch. We saw him after that game against Luton be like, shooting practice for me tomorrow. And I think if he actually took his own advice and heeded it, took it on board, then I think there's goals for Ben Chilwell in this Chelsea team, especially when you've got your right back providing the ball into the box. I want to see Chilwell in there, and I wouldn't be surprised, this is an early call from me, if we saw the Gusto-Chilwell combination for a goal and an assist. We move into that beautiful pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. You're probably thinking, all you've been barking on about all week is how good Conor Gallagher is. Don't worry, we're going to get into him in a moment. I think moving forward, Caicedo and Enzo, we've got to see it at some point. I think that is what Pochettino really wanted when he looked at this Chelsea team. If it wasn't for all the injuries, I don't think Pochettino is picking a back three game after game. I think a back four with a pivot is what he wants to use. And I think for the first time, before that international break, so that we can start to get a feel for it out there, I think Pochettino picks it for the first time together in this game against Nottingham Forest. Moving into my front four, Noni Madueke gets a start in the Premier League after impressing me against Wimbledon on Wednesday. Connor is in the number 10, interestingly, with Raheem Sterling on the left, and then up front, of course, is the brilliance of Nicholas Jackson. We're going to start by talking first of all about the wingers. Raheem Sterling so far has been absolutely brilliant on the right-hand side. I wouldn't be surprised if Noni starts on the left, but I think Pochettino may start with Sterling on the left because Sterling is very comfortable playing on that left-hand side, and see if that combinational play between Sterling and Gusto can be replicated in a similar way between Noni and Gusto. And I think with Sterling there on that left-hand side, it could give a bit more confidence to Chilwell, who maybe isn't at his most confident right now. So you play the most confident player right now, just ahead of him, and I think it could be a good balance. I think there's definitely no doubts in my mind that Noni Madueke will have the same bit between his teeth that he had in this Wimbledon game to drive at defences, run past players, make things happen, get shots away. And I fully expect him to do that. So I fully expect that to be the front three with Conor Gallagher in the middle. I think Gallagher, based on the way he's been playing right now, shouldn't be dropped for this game. Cole Palmer's just come in. We're going to have the international break now, and then it's back to Chelsea again. But I think Conor has done absolutely more than enough right now to at least get another start in this one. Maybe he's not going to start every game when we've had a chance to see Lavia in training, Palmer in training, see how they both fit into Pochettino's ideas and system. But right now, if ever there was a player taking on, heeding the advice of the manager, Conor Gallagher is that guy. He's listened to everything that Pochettino has told him, and he's been magnificent, if I really should be honest here. Gallagher deserves to start this game. And if he starts to add goals in as well, you saw against Wimbledon, he's there on the edge of the area, arriving into the box, he's getting shots away, shots on target. If it wasn't for a very inspired Wimbledon goalkeeper, he could have had one. The shooting needs to improve, but I think he'll be given the opportunity to show that in this game against Nottingham Forest. Nicholas Jackson, he picks himself. When Nicholas Jackson is on the field, everyone's energy levels just rocket. He is a fantastic striker. He's got everything. You look at the bloke, he's built like an athlete. I think Nicholas Jackson is going to score again tomorrow, and I absolutely believe he is the man to lead the line this season for Chelsea. And also, I think the fact that Jackson has looked so good is also why Pochettino has allowed the club to prioritise a number 10, someone like Cole Palmer who can also be out wide, than going in for another striker. I think obviously with Broja still coming back from injury, Jackson gets injured, Cole Palmer can slot in there now. But if he doesn't, it's going to be very difficult to displace the brilliance of Nicholas Jackson up top. So, score prediction. I think Chelsea are going to get back-to-back Premier League 3-0 home wins. I think Jackson's going to get 1. I think Gallagher's going to get on the score sheet. And I think, for some reason, Levi Colwill's going to get his first Chelsea goal in the game tomorrow. I know it's a wacky Benson prediction, but that's what we're all here for, right? I'm going to go and take a look down the hallway and see if this geezer's still trying to break into the gaff. Once I've sorted them out, don't know if there's going to be another video today, but it is deadline day. So we're going to see what Chelsea get up to. If you did enjoy this one, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to GBFC if you are new and you're enjoying the videos every single day. As well as that, there are 2 new channels to talk to you guys about. Shootout, my channel with Eunice, is linked below, and my daily vlogging channel. Yes, I'm working my ass off right now. Daily vlogs on more GBFC, also linked below. Come on, you Blues.